Hi, Sharon. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. How are you today? So, we're going to talk to your dad today, and I just like to explain to people that I haven't read for before. I see, I hear, I feel, I sense, I know. I just sometimes I taste and smell, not as much, but I have most of the senses. Sometimes they come through and they show me a picture and I need to describe it to you. So I call it spiritual charades, which I hate the game charades. I need to quit saying that too. So hopefully I can describe they never waste a message. There's always a reason. So if you don't understand it now, or you'll remember it later, or you'll see it later. So just keep things in mind that you may not understand at that moment. Um, names. Names, I don't usually get names correct. So if I say like a male name, if I say like Harold, it may be a male that starts with an H or an HA. I used to get them exact. I don't anymore. Don't know why, but that's just the way it works. So anyway, you have lots of questions. So I can't promise that he's going to answer every question for you, but we'll see. I leave the show up to them. They know best. They know best what you want to hear, what you need to hear. Not want to hear. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear. I promise he can hear everything you say to him. Talk to him. He can hear you. They can see you. They are leaving you signs. You just don't know what they are yet. So we'll try to get those for you, and then you'll know when he's around. Um, I see it hasn't been that long since he left, so that usually does not matter. That usually does not matter. I have seen them at their own funeral. Absolutely, it doesn't matter most of the time. Some of them are still trying to figure stuff out. That's a different story. Anyway, for some reason, I felt like he wanted me to pull a release card for you, something that you need to let go of. And this is, and I trust my cards 100%. Surrender. Oh, Rhonda, you never get it right. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. And it says, speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. That is so hard for us women to do, but it is so true. And when I finally realized that once in a while I have to take a bubble bath and shut the door and tell them, oh, they got to wait a minute. Or I got to go have a beer with my friends. So don't try to, you deplete yourself if you spend too much time out there pleasing everybody else, and forgetting about yourself. Sit down and paint your toenails. Sit down and go to the beauty shop. Go get a pedicure. Go do something for you. Take that bubble bath. Go out and sit by a tree and hug it and tell it thank you for giving you oxygen. Believe me, they can hear you. I know, sound like I'm batshit crazy because I am. So anyway, let's get to your dad. I've babbled long enough. So let's see what he's going to show us first. Okay, wait a minute. He's trying to show me two totally different things at the same time. That doesn't work. We're going to go with this one. He's right over here, kind of out of view of the camera. I don't know that anybody's ever said that they saw anything, but a lot of times they'll come over here right by me. So I don't know. I've never thought to ask people if they see any wavering lines or maybe a little blip go by, but he's kind of out of the view of the camera right now. And he's talking about, he's dressed up like that picture that you gave me where he had the vest on. I don't remember what you said the occasion was. He said he was really droopy. He was really slow. He was dragging. He said he was dragging, but he really enjoyed it. He said he wanted to be more uplifted and peppier, but he just didn't have the energy. But inside, he really enjoyed it. He enjoyed that day. He says you're a special kind of Twinkie. Twinkie? Now nicknames I usually come pretty close to, but I still consider that a name, so it might be, you might have to think outside the box a little bit. And then he says, twinkle, twinkle, little star, after the Twinkie. I'm trying to get him to go back to some of the questions that I want. He said, the 3 days that you asked about, the nurses explained to him, he understood, even though they didn't think he understood. He understood what they were saying. He knew he had to wait. He missed you, but he knew he needed to wait because it was better for everybody there. And it wouldn't be fair if you got to come in and nobody else could come in and see their loved one. And he totally understood. He was not upset with anybody. He said everybody thinks that he didn't know what was going on, but he did. He felt you rubbing his hand, and he's showing his left hand. It may not be the exact side you were on, but usually they'll show me the exact side. And he felt you like holding his hand between your hands and kind of stroking it and holding on to it. And he heard you say, Daddy, please don't go. But he said he's tired. He was tired. He said it was okay. But he's showing, it was almost like he could feel the energy coming out of you. I don't even know how to explain how I can see this. It's like the energy was running down your arm into him. You were trying to give him all the love and the energy that you could, and he felt that. He said he babbled a little bit, and if you go back and think about the things he was babbling, they see their loved ones there at the end. They'll see them because the angels and the loved ones come and to comfort them, to let them know we're here, we're waiting for you, you'll be safe, and it really comforts most people at the end. So if you think of any of the babblings that he did, they probably weren't babbling. It's probably what he's actually seeing. Let me see if he'll show me who was waiting for him. I can't make them do anything, but they usually honor what I ask in some way. There was a man, older, would be like father, grandfather figure, don't quite get the exact relationship, something like that. He is dressed to the hilt. He has got a gorgeous suit on. Not just a suit, this is like there's not a hair or a wrinkle on it. Black suit, black tie, but it's the hat. And a lot of them, when they come through, they have this fedora type hat on, and it's really black and it's really crisp. You know, they come through with these suits on a lot, but this is like expensive. expensive clothes. And he's a very strong man. He's coming through very strong to make known that he was there waiting. He said he had this shit under control. So he made it. There's also an elderly woman. It could be his mother, but it feels more like a grandmother. So I don't know, you may not have known her. And she's a lot softer. She's a lot quieter. And she's kind of like the normal back. If this is his grandmother, then back in that day, they were pretty quiet and kind of had to keep in their place. And that's kind of the feeling she's giving me. She's kind of just sitting there. And he's like really strong. He says Archangel Michael was there too. And Archangel Michael, I ask him to stand behind me every morning to protect me. He's the warrior. He's the protector. He's the one that wears the armor and usually has a big sword. There was also a younger girl, and I'm not going to elaborate on this one too much. They just want you to know that they were there and that your dad was aware that they were there. As far as, sorry, I had to shut my door so my dog will shut. As far as why he passed, he said it was just time to go. It was time to go. Lucy. Sorry. I'm reading your notes, sorry. So he heard everything you said. Even though you think he was out of it, he heard everything you said. And he can still hear everything you say. Talk to him. I promise you, talk to him. And ask him to show you little signs and see what he'll show that. Okay, he's not showing me a sign, but he's showing me some kind of a memory, and this is a huge, huge tree. I feel like it's in somebody's yard. And people are sitting in wheelchairs under it. Now, that could be anything. We need to be a little more specific. He's saying 4th of July. He's drinking tea. Little kids running around. Well, I don't know if you can pick an exact time or I don't like to spend my whole readings with things that you can validate because it's more about the message with me. But at least a couple of things so you know that I have him with me. I'm trying to push him too much. Let's let him talk. He said you're such a beautiful daughter. Such a beautiful daughter. Something about a twig. You're a twig. You're a twig off the family tree. That's what it sounded like. That he's blessed to have had you. He felt safe with you. Okay, he says, tell her about the coins, tell her about the coins. So evidently You're probably already finding coins. Coins is one of the universal coins, butterflies, feathers, something else. It's kind of the universal sign that everybody's finally starting to see that your loved ones leave you these signs. So he's showing me different coins, but you're going to find them. It's not just because you're going to find a coin on the sidewalk or something. It's going to be like I walked through my dining room several times one day, and then all of a sudden I look down and there's a little bitty candy wrapper on the floor, and on the candy wrapper it said, "I love you." I mean, where did that come from? So you're gonna just find coins in places there shouldn't be coins. He likes the coins. He says, you've heard a noise in the kitchen, a rattling around noise. He's not showing me exactly what he's rattling because I like to tell people which noise to listen for. He just like somebody rummaging through your cabinets. And it probably won't be very loud, and it won't be while you're in the same room. Usually it's like when you just walk out of the room or you're sitting in a room close to that room and you go, "What the heck was that noise? Did I really hear something?" He's rummaging around in your cabinets looking for something to eat. He says you took good care of his feet. His feet needed attention. He's showing that he likes to lay on your couch. He felt comfy there. He felt safe there, relaxed. And he still likes to lounge around on your couch. I know sometimes that sounds a little strange, but I promise you it's real. And a lot of times when people go, "Oh, my house is haunted. I have a ghost." No, you don't. It's Dad. It's Dad. He's also rattling a doorknob inside your house somewhere. I believe it's the bathroom door. It's kind of down the hall. I don't think it's a bedroom door. I think it's a bathroom door. Like, hurry up, let me in. I need to go. So when you hear things like this, say, or find the coins, say, "Thank you, Dad. I love you. Please bring me more." And once you acknowledge and you realize that's a sign, that's not just coincidence, you'll get more of them. You'll start seeing them all the time. You just kind of need a way to get you started. But acknowledging, right? He's going to know that you see it anyway. But acknowledge that you know it's a sign. Maybe that makes more sense. Um, he's showing me that I'm not 100% sure on this, but it looks like there's a male relative that has the Bible. I see the word personal. I know you said it was a key. He's not saying why this person has it. Don't go out and start beating everybody up. I'm not 100% sure on that one. He says about his stuff. He says stuff is stuff. I don't need it all anymore. I do what? He said the only thing he cares about is there's no fighting over it. no fighting. He's hoping somebody older, like his age, could use some of the furnishings, some of those types of material things. He said, "You guys don't need them." Take your tokens. Take what touches your heart. And please donate to somebody that really needs it. He says his clothes were old and outdated anyway. Because he really doesn't care because stuff is stuff. And that's not what's important. He says what's important that you all still love each other and don't fight. He's going back to this big tree, this huge tree, big shade tree in the yard. Sorry, my bad habit. Let me see. I don't want to miss any questions. Like I said, he may not answer them all, but we're going to ask. He wants you guys to stay close. And he started to say something, then he quit. He's showing, okay, this grandmother or whoever she was that he showed that was waiting for him is holding a baby. I ask, who has the great grandchild that's getting ready to be born? And I see this all the time, that a family member will have their soul, their spirit with them until it's time for them to be here. And then when we leave, then our soul or spirit goes back to what we're familiar with our group. And we're taken care of by them. He's not giving me a lot of evidence. We need some evidence. He's showing a birthday cake. Which way is this? Backwards or forwards? Somebody just had a birthday. Somebody just had a birthday. He's acknowledging that. He was there when they blew out the candles. I'm not sure how immediate in the family this was, though. Now he's showing going to somebody else's house, and he's kicked back in the recliner, and I believe it's one of your brothers. And something about cigars, cigar smoke. Running in my door. Ah! I hope not. So watch for birds. Watch for a chatty little nosy bird that's going to just run right up to you somewhere. I don't know what I saw. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. It looked like a bird running because I got my door cracked open so the dog can get out. So watch for some little, I think it was just a shitbird. It was definitely not a cardinal or any of those other ones we usually see. I hope he's not in my house. So when that was not a coincidence. So watch for some little bird to just kind of run up to you, or just come up and perch right in front of you somewhere and act like it's not scared of you. That will be a sign from your dad. So anyway, he's in this not a big it's not a big stuffed recliner. It's like it's got wood. It's like a wood rocking stuffed rocking chairs. I don't know how to describe it. It's got wood on it anyway. And he's kicked back. Somebody's enjoying a cigar because there's some big smoke. He said he doesn't really have any advice for you except to live your life to the fullest. Do it while you can. He says, remember that picture of you sitting on a pony. When things were simple and innocent and sweet. And he says, look, I can dance now. And they like to do this a lot. He's out there kicking his feet and flapping his arms. I want you to know he's just fine. And he's fishing. He says he's catching big ones now. So he's going to walk up. He's walking up here, and he's showing me that he's going to put his arm around your shoulder from the right. It won't feel like a real arm. It'll feel like just a little bit of change in pressure, or it could feel like goosebumps or tickling or something. You know how you feel somebody standing behind you before you see them? It'll feel like that. You'll feel the energy of it. He says, I always leaned on you like that. I depended on you, and you never let me down. And I always trusted because I knew you would be there. He says he feels like he took advantage of you a little bit because he needed you a lot. Now he's going to help you in a different way, and now he's showing a car. So I don't know if you're needing a new car or you needed to pay for this car, fix this. There's something about a car. He's going to help you with that. I don't know where he went. He's roaming around the kitchen again. He's looking for cookies and chips because nobody wants to let him have any. He's going to find him his own damn self, he said. He says, everybody wanted me to eat healthy stuff. Blech. He's looking for the fattening stuff. He says, thanks for all the laughs and thanks for all the fun. Keep on doing the cha-cha, the rumba, the dance. Keep on what? Quit. Keep on dancing like nobody's watching. He says, who gives a shit what they think? He loves your spunk. He loves your sense of humor. He said you always made him giggle. He says, don't be sad for me. He's going back to that doorknob. He says, I'll still be around. He says, I'm going to let you know I'm around. He's showing me, he went back to the baby, and he's showing me, even though she's holding it, he's over going, the gidgy goo type thing. This baby knows him, so watch this baby. He's interacting with this baby now, this soul, this spirit. Watch this baby. After it's born, it will start looking, however old they need to be. It'll look around and you'll wonder what it's looking at, because you think it's looking at nothing, and it will be looking at him playing with it. They're not telling me what the sex of it is. Usually they tell me. The baby will see him. The baby already knows him. And this grandma will be there too. So the baby will be watching them, and you'll see it, on its back and cooing at nothing. But it's not nothing, I promise you. And when it gets a little bit bigger, you'll hear it in the other room. And it'll be babbling at something that you can't see. But the baby will. Because little children and animals can see them and sense them until we tell those kids, can't have that imaginary friend, stop that. And then we shut them down. So just let the baby lead the way. Because when it gets old enough, it's going to point at his picture and go, Grandpa. He says, please let go of your guilt. Please let go of your guilt. There's no guilt to be there. That didn't make a lot of sense. It all happened the way it was supposed to happen. And it wouldn't have changed anything if you'd been there those 3 days. Talking about being slap happy or slapstick or slap something. And he's talking about comedy. He's going back to don't feel guilty over the last few days. He says, I can see how much you love me. I already knew it. Now he's talking, he's exaggerating this. So did he talk like that right at the end? Or he had kind of had trouble getting his words out? He was frustrated. He's frustrated he had things to say and he couldn't say them. And he wanted to tell you, all of you, how much he loved you. And was honored to be your dad. Calling somebody twinkle toes. Twinkle toes. He said, all of you have made me proud. Even after you made me pull my hair out in the younger years, you've all made me proud to be called your dad. He wants you to keep the family together. And he practically yells, no fighting. It's just stuff. They're being very strong about that. He says you can throw it in the ditch. I don't care. I don't need it. Well, there's something about a big chest. It looks like a hope chest type chest. There's something in that. Look in that. There's something in that. Okay. He says with that he's going to leave. Blowing a kiss, and now he's saying there's a birthday coming up, which means like really, really soon. When they say there's a birthday, they don't usually mean 6 months from now. They mean like the one that just passed and the one that's just coming. And he's acknowledging those, and he'll be there. And he's showing that he's going to try to help blow out the candle on the one that's coming up real soon. Is there one coming up before the end of this month? He's not saying the exact date. Okay, he's waving. He took some red roses and he kind of threw them out like for everybody. Instead of handing them out, he just kind of threw, because there's a bunch of them he wants to give them to. So he threw them out. He wants everybody to have a piece of his love, he says. He says, I worked hard and I was tired. And now I'm footloose and fancy free. Okay, he's walking off. He didn't give, I hope there's some validations in there for you, because usually we get at least 3 of them or something. I just don't want the whole reading about validation. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope it gives you a little peace. Know that your dad is with you, and watch for those signs, because you're going to see them. Watch for them and talk to him. I promise you he hears you. And he'll show you more signs. Ask him to bring you something else. But sometimes your grief is new. It's hard to see signs and stuff. Sometimes you have to wait till the grief subsides a little bit, because really, really intense grief is almost like a wall. It's almost like a wall where nothing can permeate it until it subsides just a little bit. So don't get upset if you don't see anything for a little bit. But I promise you, they're already there. He's already there. So much love to you. I hope it resonates with you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Love you. I hope this helps you.